Okay,
So,
keep going for people. You got into Ratzinger saying the Templars are now wonderful folks, and we apologize.
Yeah, we apologize.
Was it about 4 months ago?
Yes. And what we'll find is that, well, now as I start to look at these encoded dates, encoded numbers, now 9/11 is not a date per se for them. It is a number. It is a symbol of Luciferianism, which I could get into if we had time. But what I'm constantly looking for are these dates, these numbers, to try and figure out their next move. And when I noticed that the Twin Towers and the Pentagon both had Masonic cornerstone laying ceremonies on 9/11 in their respective building years, I started looking for other coded dates, and I found the White House having its Masonic cornerstone on 10/13. And now 10/13 is the infamous Friday the 13th of the death of the Templars. It was Friday the 13th, 1307, when the Pope and the King came together and said the Templars need to be eradicated. Now, the Templars are a very interesting study and would take some time to get into, but what I'm looking at right now is the symbols. And, of course, 10/13 is the date on the White House cornerstone, but it's also Chris Carter's production company. And I don't know, you talked with Chris Carter, and did he say that whole 911?
No, I talked to Dean Haglund.
Oh,
who was
okay.
the star, one of the stars in both the TV shows Lone Gunman and then in X-Files. Now the CIA would come plant stories on him, yes. He talked to Chris Carter, you know.
Okay, because, did they feel that whole giving away the whole 911 scenario was just a lucky guess, or what?
And not just a scenario, that a criminal group was doing it within the government as a pretext for a police state to launch wars in Afghanistan.
Exactly.
And they used drills to make the rest of the government stand down.
So they had every aspect in there. And
total coincidence. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Kind of like 7/7, the government ran drills of the exact same targets being attacked at the exact same time.
Yes.
Exact same places.
Well, Chris Carter's production company is 10/13, which is the infamous day that the Jacques de Molay was murdered, or burnt at the stake by the Pope and the King of France. So this is a date that I'm currently watching. And when I was watching 9/11, I was watching it for 3 years. I watched it all throughout the Clinton era. And the reason I was watching the date 9/11 was because I knew that this Patriot Act, this Homeland Security Department, was coming up. And I knew that it came every early October. And I knew they were going to need time for public reaction, so it happened in the middle of September. I picked the date 9/11 because that was the day HW had announced the New World Order for the first time publicly. And I know how they are about ritual dates. So it was 1990 9/11 when HW announced the New World Order for the first time publicly. And so I used that as my key, knowing that it was strategic and esoteric. So when we're looking at the picture, we can't simply look at what would be militarily strategic, but we must also look at their symbols and their dates and their timings.